All right. And hopefully everybody has had the opportunity to sign in at the front over here. And we have members from Bfat Film and Talent Group here this evening. We have members from Women in Film and Television. We're great that everybody is here united to work toward this great goal this evening for Melbourne Independent Filmmakers Festival planning for the MIF for their 20th anniversary. We're also going to talk about some upcoming scheduling opportunities for the Women in Film and Television upcoming events for the following year. So we're going to listen to what everybody's feedback is, and if you have any additional ideas, thank you, Carrie, for the upcoming year on different type of training events or anything like that. But just to start off, I don't know if everybody knows me. I didn't even introduce myself. Shame on me. I'm sorry. I'm Sherry Taylor.
Hi.
Hi. I'm I would say a local cheerleader for the film community. I wear several different hats, but my main job this evening here is I give and volunteer to help see everybody keep going higher and higher so that you can shine bright, and everybody's doing such a great job. So we have many talented youth filmmakers here in the audience this evening with a wide range of talent. So excited to see you out here. We had a fun screening yesterday evening for a film workshop that was for youth and novices, and I believe it will segue into how that will be part of the MIF. But it was great to see our community come together and professionals come out from like Women in Film and Television and other professionals come to help mentor these youth and novices. And so, like we have, I don't know if you want to introduce anybody here this evening, or we'll just keep it simple. We'll just say that we have a lot of talent in the room. And so, if anybody's wanting to ask questions, we're going to have opportunity to do that later. But I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Bill Williams, and our president for Bfat Film and Talent.
I am president of Bfat Film and Talent, and also a member of Women in Film. They do let men in, for those of you who aren't sure about that. Some of the meetings that are coming up, and we're doing joint meetings throughout the year this year, except perhaps a Christmas party. And that is the next meeting is in September, the second Monday in September. And there will be a paramedic discussing using realism in your depictions of emergency or medical situations. In October, we're going to talk about that in a minute. The meeting is going to be on the first Monday of the month, because the second Monday is a holiday. So on October 2nd, which happens to be the Monday before the MIF, we're going to be doing a critique of some short films, and that's for multiple purposes, and Art is going to be making a comment about that in a few minutes. Trying to get Paul Sermons, who is the former state film commissioner, here on Monday for the November meeting. He hasn't confirmed yet, but a couple of months ago he said he probably would be available in the fall, so we're hoping for that. And in December we're going to do a Christmas party. So this is the first time in a long time we've planned this many meetings ahead of time. So we're getting organized, we're getting there. So let me introduce tonight's speaker, which is Terry Cronin, who is Vice President of Bfat Film and Talent and Chairman of the MIF, founder of the MIF.
Co-founder.
Well, co-founder, yeah, really.
Four boys.
And Bill Williams, who is the technical coordinator for the MIF.
Four, right?
So let's hear it from Terry and Bill.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Bill. I just wanted to give a shout out to all of you, because our community of filmmakers makes such a difference, and the MIF has always been about celebrating local filmmakers first, but independent film to our community in general. And so many of you have helped out over the years, and I did want to give a shout out to Tommy Loomis, who this is his last meeting, because he's moving to Nashville, Tennessee, and so we're going to be missing one of our anchors. And I just want everyone to recognize Tommy. It's true. But this year has been an incredible year for the MIF. the films that have been sent to us have on such a high level. I think it's the highest level of quality. Eric, would you say some of the highest level quality that we've seen?
I would agree 100%.
I mean, just incredible films, and some of these films that are so high quality are from our local community as well, which tells you that there's a learning curve. The more we see these films, the better we get. The more we're involved in this, the better we get. And over years, the films keep getting better. Our talent pool keeps getting better, and everything just keeps, going up, up, up. So this year, we're really excited because it's our 25th anniversary, and we're calling it the Stars of the Silver Screen. 25 being the silver year, and the silver screen, of course, being the movie screen. So I'm excited, Bill.
Well, we've got to help promote the MIF this year. Eric has some flyers which are appropriate to put up in stores and places like this that can post it in a window or something. So anybody who knows anybody with an establishment where it's appropriate to put up a sign promoting this year's MIF, Eric has those. You can grab them later. Another thing we do for the MIF is all the money we get, we raise for charity, and that is done from ticket sales to sponsorships that we get put ads in the Brevard Live magazine, get screen time, get their logos up on the background at the MIF. To do that, we have donation information here. So along with the flyers, anybody who knows anybody with an establishment that might want to advertise at the MIF, there's information here on how to do that, and some beautiful pictures on the back to give you an idea why you're donating things and what the MIF is about, what the MIF is like.
Is there a
So,
deadline for this?
pardon?
Is there a deadline?
Yes, that's on here, and it depends on what advertisement it is for the Brevard Live. When do we do, is it the October or September Brevard Live?
Well, that's a question that we actually have to answer. Because we're early in October, would it be better if we were in the September? Heike Clark from Brevard Live asked me today, she was wondering, do you think it'd be better if we promoted in September, or should we be the first thing for October? Because when you hit the, October 1st is when that issue comes out. So it's,
As a practical, I would say September if we had started ahead of time.
It's a
Yeah.
3-week rule, yeah.
Yeah, it's
At
gonna be hard to
least
get
3
in.
weeks before.
I think the problem is it gets hard to get ads in the 3 weeks to the end of August. That would have to-
It's more than that, it's like they probably need, their print deadline's probably in a week or so, right?
No, she can do it at like August 29th, if we have everything ready by then. But that's not that far away, really, when you're looking at it,
I
So I
just tell
think-
you, I'm gonna
yeah.
write about it again in the September issue of Everything Brevard,
Thank you.
because October,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're not gonna get as much pull in October, but I
Okay.
appreciate that if we can maybe get our press lined up for September, and Heike will do an article about us in the September, with the program being in the October.
Okay. Eric will have these too, so if you can get anybody to advertise, that's the information about that. All right, we also did some other promotion, and I'm gonna play a video here just to give, for those who don't know too much about the MIF or wanna see this anyhow. This was a segment of our 20th anniversary celebration. This is just short of 3 minutes. There you go.
Here on the red carpet at the Melbourne Independent Filmmakers Festival, it is our 20th anniversary. This is the fabulous Andy Sykes. He is the writer, and you just wrote this one, right? Of SuperCon.
This is my second time here.
So I'm super excited. I'm a MIF alum, 5 years running, and I know you remember this, but I used to work at this movie theater in high school. Right. So every time I come back, it is just like coming home.
I present a short movie called The Wish. They're produced from Toronto, and I coming from New York City.
Hey people, I'm a Jedi now, and you're probably gonna be having fights with other Jedis here. Yeah, it's always a blast. If I can get back here every year, I will, for sure.
So they're not on the cutting room floor.
Hey, there's worse places to be, but I found those.
This year I had a documentary called Kids News.
Kids News. And what's it about?
It's about 14 minutes long. Some people you turn the camera on, like me. This guy turn the camera on.
We really couldn't have cast it without Kelly's help. It's really made our lives easier, but would also really give us a breadth of talent, access to talent that we wouldn't have had otherwise.
This is Andy Travolta. John Taylor. It was so nice to have you here on the red carpet with us to come to the Myth. Wow. I'll tell you, even though I have a very popular brother, this is the first festival I've been to.
Hi, I'm Sherry Taylor.
And who do you have with you?
These are my 3 children. They are my dates this evening.
I did Surviving Cancer. It was a documentary about my grandfather and his struggle with cancer.
And thank you for always doing films that have a meaning, a message, and a purpose. That's what I try to do is to make films with a purpose. And we appreciate that here at the Myth. And she's been here from the beginning. So yeah, 20 years. 20 years.
Hello, I'm GW Publisher. I'm here with the Hanging Blue Web Show. I'm also here with a film this year.
No way.
My brother James has Hollywood Girl, which we
Girl.
just screened this afternoon. It's the Peg Entwistle story, and it was amazing to see that on the big screen.
We're here right now representing our film, The Model, which is part of the Loose Ends competition. We're doing this for Brevard Film and Talent. So we have a lot of our cast and crew here.
The Model is part of the competition of Loose Ends. That we've got 2 films that are going to compete. They're going to show at 7 o'clock tonight.
Thank you all for being a part of the Myth 20th anniversary. And I wanted to tell you that all the proceeds from this film festival, every single penny, goes to the No Limits Academy.
I'm so grateful that we can make a difference in the children's lives that we serve at No Limits Academy. All 36 who are physically disabled, as we adapt their education and actually follow through all the way to college.
So that's kind
Florida's Melbourne Independent Filmmakers Festival is celebrating.
All right, let me introduce this one. This is a promo that was released today. Some of you got it. We did about, Connor, who works with me, put this together. They kind of featured different people or different organizations in the center. It's a donut style production where the beginning and end is the same. Everybody got the same, and then the center part was a little different. And this one is Brevard Film and Talent's version.
It's Silver Anniversary. 25 years of filmmakers watching their creations come to life on this silver screen. Supported by the Indie Film Group, Brevard Film and Talent, the Myth features filmmakers from Florida and around the world. 25 years of laugh-out-loud comedy, gut-wrenching horror, and thought-provoking dramas. Join us October 5th through the 7th at Premiere Theaters Oaks 10 and celebrate 25 years of filmmaking magic.
I'm making it up.
And I just realized this happened before. This remote also works this way. I don't know how to make it not do that. Deal with it.
I don't know what the
You get a Caesar.
Same RF frequency.
Yeah. All right. This thing wants to play in its own order, so I won't get into trying to undo that. We are looking for ideas to promote the Myth, and I'm going to show a couple of samples of things that might stimulate ideas. I own a Cut Above Video Productions. It's a video production company that has been around 35 years and supports the Myth. We do these kind of things to kind of get people's attention, but we need ideas, and if you've got any and want to participate either in the creative part, the on-camera part, or helping with the editing, whatever part you want to do, Brevard Film and Talent's goal is to help people get into this business, and in support of the Myth, we do this, my company does this. So this is one that we did. This was promoting entries into the Myth. This was done, I think, in about 5 years ago.
Offer you can't refuse. If you get your Myth submission in before July 4th, it'll make me happy. Capiche? As you wish, Godfather.
Did James Caan's people have anything to say about that?
Oh, we got permission for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We got, we only had to pay $5,000.
Oh,
So we've been doing that kind of promotion, some kind of a promotion, including things that were done in the theater every year for quite a few years now. And if I'm lucky, the next one in line will be the right one. If I'm not lucky,
I'm very honored and excited to be here today at the Melbourne Independent Filmmakers Festival.
You take somebody who's the biggest introvert in the world, put them in a suit, and they just want to be the life of the party.
Don't you think this is a filmmaker-friendly festival?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you happy to be here?
Yes. We had a great time because there was a lot of good short films this year. Hello, Jackie boy. And in total admiration of what you put together here in Melbourne.
Support the MIF. Come out here. These people work so hard. It's a wonderful event.
okay. So that's kind of an overview flavor of the MIF. And one of the things we wanted to discuss was what it takes to get into a film festival like the MIF. It's a short film festival. We don't generally target features. So I have some samples here of productions. But before we go into that, Terry, did you want to talk about what? Terry's been doing this 25 years. I've been doing it 24 years. So he's the senior experienced person.
Well, you know what? I can tell you all, just from watching those videos, that time flies very quickly. Because those moments seem like just yesterday. It's like it goes by just like that. So, you know, when you make a movie, sometimes you're doing it for the artistic purposes. You're trying to get a story out there. You're trying to tell somebody something. But it's also a time capsule. And you look at some of these things and you're like, holy cow. Boy, I was good looking back in the day. You know, what happened? You know? But my experience about films that have done well in film festivals, you know, it always goes back to the keep it simple, stupid, the KISS principle. And if you keep it short, stupid, it's even better. So a short film can be fit into a program at a film festival. So if you have a film that's 3 minutes or under, it can be fit into many, many film festivals. And you'll be surprised, you know, that's the big deal. And Bill can tell you a little bit about his experience. He had a wonderful short film that was called Attempting Escape. That was clever, it was funny, had some effects in it, and it was short. And he beat himself up a little bit because he didn't get into every film festival he applied to. He got into half of the film festivals that he applied to. And he was beating himself up about it, but you know, it's hard to get into film festivals. It really is. And so if you're short, a lot of times the programmers can say, you know what, I can spare 3 minutes here. I can put this into the program here because it's 3 minutes. If you have your, you know, dream project and it's 25 minutes long, it's very hard for programmers to put that into the spot because they can put 5 filmmakers into that spot with 5-minute movies, and that's 5 filmmakers that they could have at their festival or have their entourages that come to their festival, or they're just helping 5 people instead of 1 person. So think about it that way, is that maybe the film festival runners are altruistic. They actually want to help you and they want to help your career. And so you've got a 25-minute film versus 5 5-minute films. Well, they want to help 5 people instead of 1. So, you know, I put that out there because a lot of people have their dream project and it's like, it's 25 minutes long or 30 minutes long, and it's just not, it's not the right length. So if you can keep it short, you're opening yourself up for greater success. Would you agree?
Yeah, and the other factor about being short is if it's not that great, but it has some compelling positive aspect to it, it can still get in. This is an example of a short film that got in, but had it been 8 minutes long, I don't think there's too many people in this audience who can stand 8 minutes of this.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful jungle, and in it lived a very big, lazy, and old lion. Being the king of the jungle, the lion called all the animals and ordered them, "Every day, one of you shall come by yourself as my prey. Otherwise, I will destroy the whole jungle." The animals were too scared of the lion and agreed to obey his order. The animals planned to go one by one. The lazy lion was happy with his easy prey. Days went by. One day, a little rabbit voluntarily agreed to go to the lion's den. The little rabbit reached the lion's den very late. The angry lion roared, "Why are you late?" The rabbit acted wisely and told the king that, "I met another lion on the way, which is bigger than you. It threatened to eat me." The lion angrily asked the rabbit, "Do you know where he lives?" The rabbit replied, "Yes," and asked the king to follow him. The rabbit reached an old well and said to the king, "That lion lives in this well." The foolish lion peered into the well and mistook his own reflection as another lion. He roared loudly. Hearing the echo of his own, the lion got angry and jumped into the well and drowned. That was the end of the lion, and all the animals lived happily in the jungle.
So, that got in the myth, and it was 1.5 minutes long, and it was cute, and it didn't destroy your attention span because it's 1.5 minutes long. So one of the tricks is to be short, as Terry said. Probably the best, the thing that works the best is being clever. And
let me comment on this before you show that.
Okay.
You know, so I often think that a short film should give you some kind of emotional impact, whether it's to make you laugh, make you cry, scare you so much that you'll never forget that experience you had with that short film. And people always come to me and they'll mention some short films from the myth that they remember because of the emotional impact. And sometimes it's just being clever, you know, just a quick turn of events that makes you think or makes you laugh or shocks you is all you need for that emotional impact.
Yeah, and this one was one of our favorites.
Who's my guard dog?
He was proven right.
Yeah.
He was proven right. But
I just, when I saw this before, I was like, that would have been fun.
Now, one of the things for those of you who haven't been to the MIF before that we do is we show these in the theater, and with the big sound and the big projector, and it really is impressive. If you've never seen one of your movies in a real movie theater, this is the time to do that at the MIF, because we go out of our way to present them the best we can, and the same way that Hollywood presents their movies. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to segue to during the time of the MIF, right? Is there going to be a time in October when Women in Film and Television is hosting an event where you can submit something and have a critique of your film as well, which is additional to having maybe more of a Hollywood perspective on checklists of things as well. So if that's something you're
We
interested
are, and I'm going to ask Art in a moment after this next piece to go over that.
Okie dokie.
So, yes, you would. Had you read my script, you would know that.
I found it.
I didn't give her the script. So the final way that is really good and very helpful to get into a film festival is to do, a high quality production. And this one I'm about to show you won the best music video or best I can't remember, it was best something. I know I had to mail whatever it was to India. That's the way life is sometimes. But anyhow, this is one of my favorite productions because they really did kind of think outside the box when they put this together, and it's a good piece. It's an overall good piece.
production.
So you wonder if that is a lot of paid for
That's stock footage.
stock footage,
Yeah, sure.
right? You know, the beautiful stock
But
footage.
that, one of the
these have.
co-producers is Stuart Copeland.
They got the money.
They got the money.
Yeah, that's the drummer for the Police, in case you didn't know that. Yeah.
Anyhow, I was very impressed with that, and you're right, some of it could have been stock footage, well, probably was stock footage, but certainly the group playing in the woods, they spent a lot of effort putting that together. And on October 2nd, the first Monday, not the second Monday of October, the week of the MIF, Art Smith is going to be organizing a critique of films in the theater right over here, the same auditorium that we do the MIF in. So Art, you want to say something about that event?
I sure do. I think that was pretty good what they just did there. I like that very much. Reminds me of home. No, I'm kidding. People from Wift have asked to do screenings of their shorts and their projects. So we put together for two different branches over on the west side an opportunity to screen their movies. So what we want to do is to be able to move it to this side. It's a great opportunity for people who have their shorts, okay, to get them screened. In the meantime, it's good to learn how you would write up a critique. The things to look for when you're writing a critique for the industry. So what we've done is we'll have sign up, you get an email, and it will be these papers that will outline what you're looking for, so you know what happened before you come. Then we'll be able to watch the shorts. If the people who create the shorts are here, then we'll ask them questions. If not, then we'll just talk about it for a second. We'll move on to the next one, and the next one, and when you leave, you'll have those papers with you. So make sure if you want to do this, that you sign up, register, so that I'll email you prior to the event the hard copies, so you'll have them. So you'll see what this is about. But it's a great opportunity, like Bill said before, to get your project up on the big screen. And Wift is paying for it. So it's a good deal all around for both organizations. Any questions?
Will there be others there who will be filling out the critique, or is it members of
Whoever, well, it goes back to what we do here. Bfat members, I hate saying that word, because I resemble that remark. Get to go for free. Wift members get to go for free. If we have someone who has a short that's not a member of either one, okay, then it's $50 to enter theirs. Otherwise, it's all free. And $10 for guests that aren't members. So we'll see what happens. It worked really well out in St. Pete and out at Clearwater. Okay, so it gives you a shot. Plus, we'll show I guess Jennifer's projects for this summer will be involved in it.
That's a little bit long to show there.
Oh, it is too long? Okay. I didn't know.
38 minutes.
38
Oh,
minutes.
okay. I didn't know how long it was, so maybe there's.
There's 7 videos total of 38 minutes.
Unless I mean, like members have the opportunity to submit. So
Yeah, that's right.
they'll take-
Only the members, so the other
Yeah.
people, unless they want to pay the 50.
And for what it's worth, we are encoding those the same way that Hollywood movies are encoded, so you will see whatever production you've got in the best possible light. And unlike the MIF, you don't have to pay a submission fee if you're a member of Women in Film or Bfat. Brevard Film and Talent. We're rebranding Bfat Brevard Film and Talent because we no longer want to be fat.
Again, I resemble that remark. On the other hand, you were talking earlier, I co-produced a movie that was released in 2007 called Standing Ovation. It's a movie about kids that would like to compete in America's Got Talent. They have siblings that are older, the younger ones want to do it. The other producers will allow you to take that film and use it if you want to raise money. Okay, so if you wanted to run an event here to show it, they already talked to the owner about it in the theater, you could then set it up any way you want, whatever entrance fee you get, you can add towards the event. Okay, just a thought if you guys would like to use that as a fundraiser activity. Okay, it's made for kids. And also, I'm trying to get the director, Stuart Raffel, who wrote and directed it, who wrote Passion 57, who's a good friend, and Diane Kerman's wife, who is a Wift member here, the Views winner from last year. They may be here at that time, so I'd like to, if you have your event, if I can get them to come at the same time, because I'm trying to convince them to move out of California to move to Florida. Okay, so they were supposed to be here last week, but couldn't make it happen. So if I can get them here, then you can have those guys.
Art, can you explain what you were mentioning in the, earlier today about you create a lesson plan, that you have to create a lesson plan for this program?
Yeah, every time, just so you know, Wift lost its 501c3 years ago. And we're still under the observation of the IRS. Wift's mission statement is only one statement, and it's to train, educate, okay, members in Florida that are up training to a new position, a new job, the people that graduate from schools, and Wift wasn't doing that, okay? So one of the things that I do every year is I submit a report to the IRS when we complete everything, and to Wift US International. Here's what we've been training with, and there's a lesson plan that follows all of our classes. So everything that we think about and we try to do, we try to put together as if it was an actual class. So it isn't just, you know, getting together. So we can show the IRS that here are the people that are interested, and also, I also submit these reports to Film Florida. So when Film Florida asks every year, you know, how can we get this done, how can we do this, how can we do this, I go back and I say, there's a whole group of people here that live in a world that I call purgatory. Okay, they graduate from film school, or they move here, okay, and there's no job. So there's this floating area that there's nothing they can do. So what we try to do is to provide that opportunity to uptrain you into another field, or ask you, what is it you want to learn? So if you want to learn like Final Draft, you email us and say, we're great to do a class on Final Draft. Sometimes Final Draft gives me free software to give out to people who attend that class. We would like to learn about DaVinci. We'd like to find out what other studios are around in the different areas. We'd like to learn about lighting. We'd like to learn three-point lighting. We'd like to learn audio, okay? So we can tailor those classes without having a big thing. Okay?
So it's really up to you to express yourself on what needs you have that will help you feel as if, you know, you're teeing up to the next level, so to speak, so you don't feel like you're in that space that I'm talking about, you know? Yes, somebody has a question.
Yeah, the time limit on a short film.
That's up to you guys. You know, because you're the one that's going to schedule it. It doesn't really, it's about providing an opportunity as many people as you can get in. It works for me. Okay, so because we don't have to critique. You'll have the handouts. You'll be able to read it beforehand. You'll be able to look at those things. We'll talk about some points, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay. But it gives everybody an opportunity that would like to learn this. You've got this document.
As a practical matter, it better be very compelling if it's 20 minutes long.
I have a quick question for you about Wift. And your program, your cross-training program, for lack of a better term, is that just on the West Coast? Or?
No, it's all of our branches.
Oh, okay.
Right, like the class you're going to get with the EMT guy that we talked about earlier.
Right.
Which we just did that class in Daytona. And that class was an excellent class. I mean, I'm old and I learned stuff from that guy. That was pretty cool. And so now he said he lives in the Daytona area. He actually volunteered to go to all the branches. So he's going to go to South Florida. He's doing Jacksonville. He's doing Tampa, the St. Pete area, and Orlando.
Right. And so we didn't mention it before, and I'm sure that others have heard it, you know, but we do have multiple branches across the state. And when you're a member of Living the Film, you have the opportunity when there's an event happening, it's generally free, usually, you know, except the exception of our Jingle Mingle event.
Jingle Mingle is the only one that I even pay to go to.
Yeah.
I work it, but I pay to go to it. That's where we get our scholarship money. And that's another thing too, that a lot of people aren't aware that we give out high school scholarships. If you're a junior in high school, you can apply. It's not based on academics, it's based on passion. So if you have a love of this craft, you do a 5-paragraph essay and you send it to us, we look at it and we give you the check. We don't give it to mom or dad, it doesn't have to go to a college. So if you wanted a camera or you wanted software, you can use that for that. And then we give out a finishing grant for feature films of $3,000, and we give another finishing grant for shorts. So if you're a member of Wift and you've got a short that you've started, you have to have started it, and you're to end it up, okay, you can apply for that grant, which is due by September 1st. And then we give that award out at our annual Jingle Mingle, which for the last couple of years we've held at Universal Studios. And that event is our biggest fundraiser that gets us all the money so we can support all the different scholarships and activities.
Raise the hands, how many have been to a Jingle Mingle event? All right, well, if you have not been, it is a fantastic event, and branches from all around the state come around. We have visitors that come in.
Film Florida,
from
we
Florida.
do it in conjunction with the Film Florida meeting.
Yes.
So we bring all the state people in.
Last year was at Universal Studios.
Yeah, well, we don't know where it's going to be yet because
Okay.
we're negotiating.
Okay.
But it's pretty neat when you go to Universal Studios and get to go on the back lot.
Yeah.
And hang out.
Yeah.
You know, especially if they're doing the Grinch thing or whatever it is, because you're right there with all the Grinches.
And it's a
think I
great time
resemble
to
that one.
network. We also have fantastic silent auction items.
Silent
When we are seeking others as well. So if there's any business that wants to contribute to that silent auction, we can get you information there. But yes, they have the opportunities beyond students. Also extends to our members beyond students, right? For the finishing fund grant. So
Oh, yeah.
you
You
can
have to be
submit.
a member of Wift.
Yes.
You're competing with the speaker, and the speaker is winning.
Oh no, I'll stand. Okay. So the finishing fund grants are not just limited to students. We have student scholarships, but we have grant opportunities as well for members just in general.
Hold on.
And it goes across all branches. So for instance, each branch has opportunity for submissions, right?
Members have opportunities.
Members.
The members have opportunities. Only members can apply
Right.
for the grants.
But if
and
you're
scholarships.
submitting as a Melbourne branch member, you're not necessarily competing, right, with Daytona.
No, you are. You're
You are.
competing with all of the members.
Oh, okay, then I take
Yeah,
that
there's
back.
only-
I thought we had a pool for each.
No. There's only
Okay, we
one.
used to have something like that. Okay.
All right, are there any questions MIF related or program related?
Did you set the schedule for the time yet, or when's that going to be announced?
We are, well, Terry, we just talked about that. We're working downstairs on that very topic.
So I'll give you the bare bones, but we have not accepted any films at this point. We're getting ready to, and we're on the cusp of acceptances.
But the youth films are in. Those
Yes,
are,
yes.
Separate.
But so Thursday we are planning to show a special film. All right, I can't announce it quite yet because we're not certain, but we were planning. For the last few years, we've had a feature film that we show on Thursday night, and then we have an after party at the Hotel Melby, and we're hoping that Good will be the performer again like she was last year. It was a fantastic event. It was very glamorous, and there's really nothing quite like being on the rooftop of the Hotel Melby in Melbourne looking out over a city. It's just a spectacular view, and if the weather agrees with it, there's nothing quite like it. So then Friday, we begin in the afternoon with an international program. Then we have a comedy program where we're going to have a comedian. The comedian we're working with at this point is called Dorian Gale. I don't know if you know Dorian Gale, but he's a local comedian. He comes highly recommended. And then we have one of my favorite parts is the horror show, which is on Friday in October. Fright Night Friday, we call it. We're going to show some horror movies. And then the next day, Saturday, we have the Florida Filmmakers Matinee, which begins at 9 o'clock. And we show films from local filmmakers across the state. We show their films, and then we will, at around noon, we'll have the Filmmakers Roundtable, where we interview the people who are making the films, the people who are in the films, and we get a flavor of what it takes to make these movies. But it also works as a cross-pollination where all these creative people are in the room and they get to put names to faces and understand what they're doing. And you wouldn't believe the number of projects that have come out of that little round table because people make connections at that moment, whether it's with people in the audience, whether it's with people who are sitting up at the round table with them. But over and over again, I've seen projects come out of this, and really, it's a really great discussion. After this, we're planning to show the children's program. What are we calling it? Young Filmmakers Program?
What are we going to call that?
I believe it's a novice category because we have beyond just youth.
Yeah, I wouldn't call anybody a novice. So you
Oh,
want to
okay,
call
well,
it youth?
here we go.
A youth program?
Rising
Beginners.
Rising stars.
Rising stars? I like that kind of stuff, you know. That's an idea.
Well,
Yeah, that's right.
And the good part about that timing is that if some of our young folks want to participate or be involved with a roundtable, a filmmakers roundtable, they can attend that, and immediately after that is the screening of their films.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So then after that, we plan to, we got so many animated films this year that we're going to have a little animated program, and then we're going to have a program at the red carpet. And because it's the stars of the silver screen, we're going to have a few people who are dressed as some of the iconic stars of the past. We're talking about Marilyn Monroe. We're talking about Cary Grant. We're talking about Judy Garland. But we want you to think about dressing as stars from the past as well. And you know, when people dress up, it actually amps up the festive nature of things. So if you ever have a costume party, you know it's much more fun than a regular party. So we're enticing people to dress up as stars of the past. You know, John Wayne, Tom Cruise, anybody you want to dress up as. I think it's great. There's going to be photo opportunities. There's going to be a show. We're going to have a little bit of a show, and then we're going to have what is called the VIP program, where we try to show, I don't like to say just the best, but really kind of an upbeat program of very, very good films. So the people who are watching it really come out of that room excited, you know, about filmmaking, really energized by the films that they see. And then we have an awards ceremony, and then we go to an after party where we're going to have Rockstar Entertainment providing some karaoke experiences, and we're going to give us some other awards as well. And if weather permitting, we'll be outdoors in the area where we were last year. And if weather doesn't permit, we have an option to go indoors.
That's right here at this complex. So
Yeah.
we're walking 100 feet.
With the support of Hemingway. So it's going to be a great time as usual. I think it's going to blow everyone's mind because the film level is so high, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. And I can't believe it's 25 years. And like I say again, time flies like that. So make your movies now while you're thinking about it.
Any other questions, comments?
What do you need for volunteers for tables, anything like that?
Well, we will need volunteers, and I like to send out emails, and you know, now that I'm the vice president of Bfat, we'll be utilizing you and asking you to be volunteers as well, and I'll be sending out emails about that.
Do we get a free gym membership with that?
If you're a senior citizen,
I am a senior citizen.
We do have upcoming events for Women in Film and Television. I believe this Wednesday in Tampa. Is it the lighting class, Art? I don't have my schedule in front of me.
It is.
But to check out, go to womeninfilmfl.org and to check out the upcoming events. And we do have a registration link, and that way when you register, you know that.
I think we have most of the events published until October.
Okay, so if there are any ideas this evening for anything past the time, well, December we don't always typically have. Sometimes we have a meeting, but we have the Jingle
No,
Mingle.
Jingle Mingle. Jingle Mingle.
So-
I know that you guys are doing a Christmas party thing.
Yep, we don't know where yet, but we are
So-
planning
so-
something the second Monday of the month.
So I need to know as soon as possible if we're going to wait up to
Did you say the second Sunday of the month?
Monday.
Monday.
Monday? Count us in as volunteer entertainment.
Oh, all right, well,
For the
maybe,
Jingle Mingle, not the Jingle Mingle, but the Christmas.
Christmas party. Oh, nice.
thank you.
Does anyone
Well-
have any questions?
If you want us to.
Well, we gotta just find a venue that will support that. Maybe that would be here. I don't know. We'll have to figure that
Kind of
out.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Your request
Russ?
for volunteers for the MIF, could you remember to trying to have like at least the majority of them done like a month and a half? You know, because in the past it's always been like a week before, and you guys are scrambling for it. my group can help provide some volunteers. Or we can do it like, we need this like a month out, that would help a lot.
I wish I could promise that, Russ. My life is pretty chaotic. I appreciate any help that volunteers give, but I can't promise a month and a half to you. I'm sorry.
No, I said a month.
A month. I'll try my best. We're negotiating. We're negotiating. That's fine. Whatever you can do,
No,
I
if you do
appreciate
that,
it. Yeah.
Make it 3 weeks, we'll call it even, all
3
right?
weeks.
Yeah,
All
3
right,
weeks.
3 weeks ahead of time. All right.
Well,
3 weeks.
yes, one thing that we definitely need help with now, to people that might be interested in attending the MIF and people who could sponsor the MIF. What Terry said, we're going to put it in the September issue, so you get the full sponsorship rewards. We have to have that in by, depends on if we have to create artwork or not.
Well, Bill, I would put it to you that it would be better to have the program in the October. We're going to have the story about it in the September.
Oh, so the ads will be in the October.
Yeah, the ads will be in the October.
Okay, so that means.
We'll give it a little more time.
Yeah, so we probably toward the third week in September, we have to have everything in.
Correct.
All right. It may not state that on there. Let me see what it says. But if anybody can help with that, this is the flyer and okay, where it says August 28th. Anybody, well, first off, anybody know anybody who could possibly sponsor? Where it says August 28th is the due date, that, cross that off and it's probably September what?
20th.
September 20th.
Okay.
Anybody else? Two? Oh. Two?
Do you have that digital file? I can put it up on the MIF website.
Yes, I do. I will send it to you. Anybody else?
Should have done that mashup with that shark. Okay.
Okay. All right, and then there's, Eric has flyers to put in storefront windows or on display where people can see them.
You're over here, just take them as you need them.
All right.
Any other questions? Anything we can just answer regarding the MIF? What gets you into the film festivals?
So you guys also, I'll get with you, just for like the prices and the packages, so people know, like if they come to the program to watch the kid films, I'm sorry, Rising Star films, if they have a break, they want to come back for red carpet, right? There's like different entry tickets.
Yeah, we haven't, last year we did the Rising Stars segment with no cost. We shamed people into donating, and I frankly don't know how much we got in donations. We haven't discussed whether we're going to charge something. If it is, it's not going to be a lot.
Yeah.
But
We have a long list of people we want to create formal invitations for, and just want to know what to, and they'll support,
Yeah.
Just want to know how to go.
Well, what do you guys think?
I think the donation was great last year because then people can give more as well, and it gives people the opportunity
Do
to
you know
come
how
check
much
it out
you
if
got
they've never
last year?
been. I thought it was a success that way last year, but.
I don't know that it was a lot, but I might work better that way. If there's any donations on there, donations accepted for.
Yeah. But I don't, like, what's the ticket price for another?
the typical before show is $10.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
But that would be too much for the kids show. We're not
okay.
considering $10 for that.
Okay, so donation sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
And then just, somebody would take that as their entry.
Bill, where
does the money go to?
Oh, the money that gets
For the,
paid
for the, what you're talking about, what does the money go to?
Yeah,
Donation.
the beneficiary this year.
is again, No Limits Academy is getting the money from the ticket sales and the sponsorships. A qualification on the sponsorship, some of us, like myself, we don't give money, we do in-kind, the production work and so forth, so not all the sponsors are money.
So let's go into an academy.
No Limits Academy is for,
Severely handicapped children.
Okay.
Yeah,
School for severely
now,
handicapped
mostly,
children.
You've given me a pathway to find money from Wift to sponsor that event.
okay, that's easy, because, you know, this is a huge event, everybody donates their time. And,
Yeah, no, that gives me the pathway.
Okay.
This is a 501c3. What's this? Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, I need this stuff to post, send me all this stuff, so I can post it on the website.
But there also is another promo that I saw today that had the Wift Women in Film and Television logo. Is that the,
did I have that on here?
we didn't see it here, but I did see something like that today.
Okay, yeah, what we do, in exchange for promoting the festival for women in film, we show a promo at the theater before every screenings block. And if you donate enough money, you donate any money to sponsor, you get yourself on the screen. And if you donate enough money, I don't remember how much, 2,000 or 4,000, you get a cut above produced ad. Yippee-ki-yay! So, and I think this year I made a deal with the theater to also give some screen time during normal movies, so you get on the pre-show screening here for the big bucks. Donate big bucks. You need to donate 4,000.
Yeah, here.
Any other issues, questions, comments?
I'm just a curiosity question. Of the submissions that are received for the myth, is there a general growth that you've noticed in the budget amount that these films have had besides the quality? Like, I'm curious as far as, you know, the ability to actually have films that are budgeted and where they're monetizing potentially, or
Eric
like
can answer
levels
that.
that get distribution, any, you know, I'm curious.
Not all filmmakers
Okay.
are down, and some do. I don't take a look at it too often, honestly. That's interesting though. Maybe I'll take a look, but it's.
I would think that a lot of the stuff we see on screen with the production value has improved because of technology improvements, but there's also a lot that goes into production design and costuming, and that we see that is unbelievable. It's Hollywood level, you know, and we've definitely seen more of that. I was noticing and going through all the films for this year's submissions that we've seen a real market increase in female directors, all right, where I remember when we first started out, we had very limited female directors, and actually the female directors that we had, there was few that would come to the festival. And now we have many more female directors than we used to. Maybe that's because of women in film. You know, maybe that's getting that word out there, but we have, I would say, about half, you know, so even breakdown, women filmmakers. So
And
that's
several of the rising stars too are.
yeah. So that's a change in the demographics that we see, and certainly, you know, the digital age has changed everything. You know, from we actually go back to when we were film. We started with film, and then we were, you know, like VHS. Remember we were doing VHS tapes. You know, and now everything's digital, and you know, Bill has brought us into the, you know, next level where we're doing what is it called when you encode it? It's called
Digital Cinema Package.
Yeah, DCP, and that's this is what all the Hollywood films are on. So your film will look the best level it'll ever look, and filmmakers always tell us that this is the festival where their film looked the best.
Yeah, it's amazing. Does that cost? I mean, like, it costs money to make that. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Big contribution. That's wonderful.
That is another factor, is that if we had to pay somebody to do what we do for the theater, and pay the theater donates their facility and all the receipts, not from popcorn but from ticket sales. We couldn't afford to do this without the donations that the businesses put into this. Right? It really makes a difference. And this was one of the first theaters in the world to install digital projectors. And I think there were 4 projectors in here the first time we did our myth here through one of those projectors. So we may be, I don't know this because I can't prove it, but we may be the first festival on the planet to use digital cinema projectors. I'd like to have been able to have documented that, but I don't know how to do that.
You could say among.
We definitely are among.
A leader
There
among
you
leaders.
go.
Right?
And that is out of the generosity of Rob Curris, who owned this theater until he unfortunately was killed in a plane accident. And there's an award right in that window over there. It's the, what is the Rob Curris?
Rob Curris Humanitarian Award. So we give that every year. The film that sparks the humanitarian spark, does good with the world.
And we are here today in large part because of him. So on that sentimental note,
Thank you all.
Do you think we could all pose for a picture?
Yeah, if someone's got the camera, mine died unfortunately.
There's no cameras here.
No cameras.
Come on, Eddie.
What do you think? In this corner here would be good?
yeah, the light's pretty good there.
Everybody gather around there.
Since everybody's
Eric.
already here.
And then you can get one of these
I'm gonna
great
have
things.
6 of those if I can. At every venue.
Can you set that on autopilot?
Yeah,
Everybody's got to come over here.
I'm following you. Oh, okay. Don't follow me, I'm following you. Okay, I'm gonna stand right here.
All right.
All right.
Short people in front. You are a short person. Okay, that'll work. I like you with the
Contact the teacher directly.
All right, everybody, get on in there. I got a recording. I'll take them off now.
But not this ballroom teacher. She just somewhere else.
Is that on autopilot?
It's on record. I get the high definition video.
Okay, that'll work.
Come on in here, Jude. Come on.
There you go.
What are you doing off on the side? Come here.
Get on in here. Come on now.
Everybody in.
Who's hiding back there? Come on now.
How are you?
Art, do you want to get the photo?
It's on.
No,
Hold on.
Art, we're not taking the picture.
What you doing back there, girl? Come on.
Come on.
Get over here.
Come on over here and show
Come on, get on in here.
5 years from now, you'll wish you were in this picture. 5 years from now, you'll wish you were in this picture.
Everybody say myth on 3.
Where are we looking?
Yep, everybody's in.
Okay.
All right, what do we
Say action.
Just smile. Yeah, there you go. Okay, do a weird face.
All right.
Eddie's going to pull a still frame out of a video. So
Eddie, if you can make sure my eyes are
Start
open.
making faces.
Okay.
He'll pick
All right.
I think we got it.
Yes,
That's 24 frames. He'll pick the worst face.
Oh, did you want to snap a couple too?
There's got to be one.
We'll pull good video. I'll show you. You can pull great.